Today our guest is Marla Moore, who is a member of our Epworth staff. Marla, we think of her as the Swan Lady, was born in Shawnee and grew up in Shawnee and Edmond. After high school, she went to what was then Central State and ended up working there for 15 years, during which time she married, had a son, and raised a grandson. She then worked at the zoo for 15 years. She's been with us at Epworth now for 3 years, and she's received many questions regarding Phyllis and Owen and is ready to answer all the questions that we have. So Marla, I was fascinated to learn that Phyllis and Owen were only 8 months old when they came to us. Where did you learn all about them?
Well, mostly I learned from books, the internet. I do have some resources at the Oklahoma City Zoo. And I've been a bird nerd for a long time. And so researching them has been a lot of fun for me.
Oh, good, good. Well, tell us a little bit about the way they live today. The white pipe that's out there, it holds food for them, right?
Yes.
So you supplement their food?
We do supplement their food. We give them what is very common to what chickens eat. Cracked corn, layer pellets, and then I also supplement with some fresh greens from time to time. Even some fruit, watermelon, things like that.
But could they eat without being supplemented?
They need more diversity in their diet than what our pond would give them.
I see, okay. Well, how long does it take to lay the eggs, and how many eggs do they all generally lay the same pretty much number of eggs, or?
No, it differs from female to female. I think an average would be 8 to 10.
Oh.
Our female laid 7, 1 that was infertile, and 6 that were healthy, viable eggs.
And she was here quite a while before these eggs came into being, wasn't she?
Right. So swans are not sexually mature until they're 3 to 4 years old, and in some cases even 5 or 6.
I see.
So we had very juvenile birds that came together out of necessity, bonded, paired, and when the time was right, when Phyllis said the time was right, then
Oh, it's up to her.
it's very much up to her, yes.
Oh. And how long before they hatch then, after they're laid?
They say 32 to 47 days. My best calculation on this clutch was 37, maybe 38 days.
Clutch?
Yeah.
That's what you call
group
it?
Of eggs.
A group of eggs?
Uh-huh.
I see, I see. And there's no rhyme or reason why the one wasn't fertilized?
No, it was just an incidental thing.
Uh-huh.
So it's absorbed into the reproductive system, and there was an egg that was formed that just didn't get fertilized. It's very common.
How long do they get to stay with us?
Well, they'll need to be rehomed before the next breeding season, which is February. So they could be, as soon as they're eating, they're capable of going away from the parents. You know, they'd have to have help, but you could, if we found a home for one, they could go as early as right now.
Well, how do you go about finding a home for swans?
I think we're going to advertise.
All right. All right. And then there's, how long will they live? How long will, or approximately how long does a swan live?
In the wild, probably around 8 years.
Oh,
In a pond like we have, 25 and up is
oh
not
my
unheard
goodness.
of.
Uh-huh.
So they'll be here long after
Right.
we are.
And do they continue to mate all that time?
Yes, they will. Maybe when they get a lot older, they might not, or they might have very few eggs. But yeah.
Huh. Very interesting. Well, why is Owen okay with the ducks and not the geese?
Well, there's a pecking order. Ducks really know their place, and so they kind of scrabble with one another. But everybody knows that they're the little guys. The geese are more of a threat to him and his home, his territory. So therefore, he goes after them with a lot more vengeance. The ducks don't really bother him. He might correct them from time to time, but he's just kind of,
Just puts up with them, huh?
Right.
Well, tell us about their ability to handle the seasonal temperatures here. Like when it's real, real cold or real, real hot.
So they have down. They grow down in the winter. So next to their bodies, they have this soft down. And it's what you see on the cygnets, the babies now. That's all down. There's no feathers.
Oh.
So even adults have this nice thick layer of down, especially on their bellies. And so when they lay on ice, they don't feel any of that. And there's no soft tissue in their feet or legs, so they don't get frostbite. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think that pretty much covers the questions that I've received from various people, and we just thank you for taking the time to come and be with us and put up with our shenanigans here.
You're welcome. I'm glad to be here.
We appreciate you.
Thank you.
And thank you for taking good care of Phyllis and Owen.
You're welcome. Thank you.